Hello, my name is Mike Curl, and you're joining me for the Weekend Update. In fact, you're joining me on the set of It's Personal, where we're conducting personal interviews with people who live in this community. We're talking about personal experiences, personal stories. In fact, when we were coming up with a title for the series, because all the content was personal, we decided, well, you get the idea. Now, I want to remind you that just after the service, after we see the interview and then it ends, there's another segment called Talking Branches. And that's another interview format, but this time with Timmy Roeder, our youth pastor, and he's interviewing Daniel. And they talk about the content that you just witnessed, and they answer some of the questions that you guys post online. In fact, they respond to some of the content and some of the comments. And it's a really great opportunity for us to expand on some of the content that you watched, for us to clarify some things that maybe were confusing, and to answer some of your questions. So definitely stay tuned for that right after the service. Now, I, just like you, miss the in-person meeting. There's really no substitute for a nice warm handshake, a warm smile, or even just being able to talk face-to-face with people. And I can't wait to go back to that. However, for right now, we are still coming up with plans for how that will happen. So I ask for your patience as we continue to do that. As soon as we have plans for that, we will let you know immediately via Facebook, via the website, and via our app. So you won't be in the dark about that, and just stay tuned in those different places to find out. Those plans are coming soon because, as you can see, things are changing right now. So we're very excited. The seasons are changing, and so hopefully this season in particular is changing. Now, I have a couple more announcements to make, a couple more things that you should know about. The first is actually pretty important because it closes this week, and that's the job rec for the branch's kids director. Now, that's a part-time position that we opened up earlier this year, and then we had to sort of close it for a little bit because of the quarantine. But a couple weeks ago, Daniel opened it back up and is allowing people to send in their resumes. And you can actually find that video on our website if you'd like to see what the information was. But if you've got a resume and you're interested in applying for the kids director position, please send your resume to branches@branches.tv. After we receive that, we'll review them, and then when we have enough candidates and we've closed the process, we will let you know. We'll contact you with the next steps, the interview process, and how all of that works. So definitely, if you're interested in that, send us your resume. Again, that's at branches@branches.tv, and we do check that email address every day. So definitely be sending your stuff in there. On the calendar, one more announcement, and this one is tough because I get really excited about this every year, and this year it's kind of up in the air if it's going to happen, but the Branches Campout is coming, and we still have our spots at Barview Jetty Campground between August 6th, 7th, and 8th. So definitely mark that off in your calendars, that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And if you are interested, we'll be coming up with a waiting list for people who are interested in actually going. We haven't been given the okay that we'll be able to go, but they have not canceled our reservation either. So we're going to kind of operate in this, well, let's just kind of wait and see. And so if you are interested in that, we will have a process for how you can get on that waiting list coming up in the next week or so. And then if you're interested, you just get your name on that list. It is a first come, first serve. There is limited space at Barview Jetty Campground, but it's one of my favorite campgrounds on the coast. So I hope that you'll be joining us there if they let us go with it. And if not, we won't collect any money before we know that we can. So just get your name on that list if you're interested, and then we'll go from there. In this season though, it's actually been really great being able to connect with you, even though I haven't been able to see you. And so I want to just give you some encouraging stats about what I've been seeing just from monitoring the online traffic and all of that stuff. Each week I see about 70 to 100 devices log in to watch the Branches stream. Now that happens at Facebook, YouTube, and of course at live.branches.tv. And what's really encouraging about that statistic, because that may not feel like a lot, because in this room alone I can fit 70 to 300 people, and that doesn't seem like a lot, right? So 70 to 100 devices though means that there's anywhere from 1 to a family of 5 watching that device. And so just on a conservative estimate, I like to think that it's somewhere between 2 and 3 times the number I'm seeing, or the number of people that we're seeing just live on Branches. That doesn't even count the people who then pick up the service and watch it later in the week. So I want you to be encouraged by that because you're not alone. As you're watching our service at 10:30 a.m. on Sundays, you're not alone. There are anywhere from 70 at the low end to 1,000 people watching with you online. So definitely say hi to them as you log in on Facebook and live.branches.tv, and definitely ask your questions, your comments, and we hope to see you there at 10:30 a.m. on Sunday at live.branches.tv. Thanks. God bless.